Hey there. Nice to have a chance to talk with you again. This is River Sunday, and one of the things about rivers is that they connect us, and they're a symbol of the way we're connected to God and to each other. And this story, which was one of my dad's favorites, called Paddle to the Sea, talks about that connection in a way that's very concrete and real to us where we live. It's by Holling Clancy Holling. A young boy, had a dream, and he thought about a person like him. He's Anishinaabe, sitting in a canoe and riding all the way to the ocean. And so he carved a little canoe, put it in the water, and wrote on the bottom, "If you find me, put me back in the water." I'm not sharing the whole thing, so we're skipping a little bit. And he put it on the snow at the top of a bank of snow near the river and waited for spring to release the carved boat into the water. And he came back to check just in time to see it ride away on the waves. The little canoe got caught up with some logs and got dragged into a sawmill. But just in time, someone saw the beautiful carved canoe and grabbed it before it got sawed into pieces. And the worker at the sawmill thought, "I'd love to give this to my son. I should take it home," and then read what was on the bottom of the canoe and said, "Nope, I better just put it right back in the water." And so he did. The canoe found its way into a marsh, into a northern marsh with bears and creatures, and the canoe got stuck in a backwater, a mossy place, and waited for some days until a big rainstorm came, and the canoe was driven, the waters rose, and the canoe was thrown back into the river to continue its journey. Another storm came, and the canoe traveled the wild, wild waters beside a great big ship, and the big ship and the little ship rolled on the waves. And the canoe made it through to the edge of Lake Superior. And then the bigger ship didn't make it and was hauled into a dry dock. And somebody found Paddle. And Paddle was kind of worn and battered, and his paint wasn't wonderfully bright anymore. And so someone picked it up and read the note on the bottom and took him home to fix him up, carefully repainted, and added to the bottom a metal plate which read, "Please put me back in the water. I am Paddle to the sea." So Paddle found another friend who helped him on his journey. One cold morning, Paddle was stranded on a tiny island of rock, and a forest fire started. And the flames burned And the flames got closer and closer. All day, terrified animals clung to the little rock island or swam in circles. One by one, when the fire ended, the animals came back, and the waves freed Paddle, and he too went back along the river. As he was traveling around Lake Michigan, winter came, and ice started to build up from the shore, and Paddle got stuck in the ice. And Paddle spent the winter stuck in the ice of Lake Michigan. But spring came, and the ice released him. And he traveled down Lake Huron and the St. Clair River and through Lake Erie. And then Paddle had a great fall. He came to the place where the Niagara River flows over the falls. And he dropped, went down into the water, and then came up and bobbed and swirled a little bit and came to go through Lake Ontario. And finally, after Lake Ontario and after the St. Lawrence River, Paddle came to a place where there were wild birds and different fish, and the water tasted different. He had made it to the sea. And a fisherman caught him. And this fisherman kept Paddle and then headed inland. And he went inland for fishing in Lake Superior. And he arrived in a little place with his paddle to the sea boat. And he showed the boat to the people that he met there. And one of them was the lumberjack who had saved Paddle from the sawmill. And nearby was a young Indian, a young Anishinaabe boy. And he looked over and saw that his paddle to the sea had come back. And from what the fisherman said, he knew that his little paddle to the sea had made it all the way to the ocean. As he had dreamed. It's a great book. There's lots more stories about the places that are along that same river, that same set of lakes and rivers, the same water that is here, right here at our big bay. It's a good book to read about some of the places that we're connected to And it's a great story of kindness and courage and dreams. Hope you can find it at the library. Maybe you have it. I have my dad's copy. Have a good week. We'll talk again soon.